Hi. Welcome. My goodness. Bless everything. So, for this voice story that some can call a podcast, yet this is is a podcast, a voice clip, a magical instrument of the past future. To say simply, I am going to word how making a podcast for a good amount of time and putting it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going, let's see how I go. Let's see how I do. Let's see. In and of itself. So, overall, what can I say about making podcasts have been beneficial to me in just my overall life? Well, I can say that I have accomplished something the days that I get a podcast done. And I haven't really seen myself feeling better. In a sense, not feeling better, but gratitude is definitely a good player factor in the fact that I have accomplished something. Like, that is gratitude. That is such a great, healthy retrospection of life, living it together forever in one conducive, conductive environment that is eloquently superb in its dialective linguistics of word art. It's definitely something as when you look into the future, or that elusive imaginary circumference of whatever that is, whatever's clever to it comes down to, are you going to be this? I know that I'm not going to be the same within 1 year, because I learn something so much every time I do a podcast. In and of itself, I also know that I'm going to be a hero to someone that I may never know, somehow, some way, shape, or form. As long as I keep it, clean, I guess, to say simply. Yet, in and of itself, I wonder how this sounds if I switch this. I'm wondering. I can say that honestly, I'm enjoying this experience. Honestly, it's a good, healthy thing to be doing. And yet it has led me to moments of pushing myself to really, just getting it done. Like today, I almost didn't make a podcast today, like I usually do. Yet I did it. I pushed past whatever wall, block, unhigh-fiveable experience that I could have in and of itself. Yet, I could say that honestly, I will be able to allow myself this autobiography experience. I know there's this point where if you combined all of the past of biographies and even autobiographies, and you combine them that were actually like written before technology, in a sense of computers, or in this instance of like a voicemail is an autobiography. Those tweets, or those status updates, all that kind of stuff is an autobiography of yourself, because somebody's stalking you. It's be it the data collectors, to say simply, or whatever else is clever is saying that. Yeah, that's an autobiography. And then you take this consideration of that math equation, and you go with the allotted day of like 1 day time span, and then you have that the number one in combining which one would outweigh, which one would be more, all the past biographies and autobiographies combined it, or just in 1 day's time span, the autobiographies counting within the means of counting a voicemail and all the status updates and all the commenting and everything like that. I give you a second. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, was that even a second? I'm not even sure. Who's clocking this moment? Who's clocking the moment at this moment? What not? Yeah. So, in all actuality, in retrospection of the what is life, I would have to, bet, because, I guess the only time you're supposed to bet is when you're gonna win, which is kind of silly. I don't know. I guess not silly, it's just there's not really spontaneity in it, and I don't know, I don't really see a lot of, it's not like a starter for me to gamble, so I don't know, but, yeah, I would go ahead and say that I would bet that, today's autobiographies alone in an hour, just probably, I'd probably know, that's probably a lot. That's probably, but I'm going to stick with an hour, just to keep it simple, just to keep it simple, stupid. As they say, the saying goes, keep it simple, stupid. And then there's something else after the fact. But I kept it so simple. Yeah, anywho. So, honestly, I could say that I picked a good topic, a good theme to discuss. And that's, from what I gathered, that is something of a very exquisitely profound way of doing a podcast, to say simply. A very magnanimous, fashionable, and in-tuned exercise of what is the word art of, mouth sounds. Now I'm just jesting on that last mouth sounds. Yeah, anywho. Yep, and yep. Yeah, anywho, thank you everyone for making the time today. I feel that I have fulfilled my manifest destiny upon the days of the grave darkness and not the light. And yet then when night came to be the darkness, it was then set bound to where there was a tree, and it produced fruit, and then that tree was called the tree of knowledge. of good and evil. Just jesting. Yeah, anywho, my friends, you know, if anyone hasn't said it to you before, then this is going to be a very special moment for you. Thank you very much for you being you. Thank you very much for doing what you do. And thank you very much for allowing life to live through you when you are able to. Thank you very much for being beautiful today. Beautifully you. Overall, aloha. Much love. Namaste. You're always welcome.